Welcome to Coffee Meets Cloud, where three women in tech come together to share real stories about leadership, life, and everything in between. Join our hosts, Caramie McCollum.
In other news, these headphones, I'm going to have to do something else. I am on fire.
Cassandra Parker.
It's pretty basic. We have to stay fully caffeinated in order to do all the things that we do.
And Rachel Rogers.
I don't know if we can survive this. I feel like this one goes in the vault.
Your go-to source for candid conversations and unfiltered insights. So, grab your coffee, pull up a chair, and join the chaos.
Welcome back to Coffee Meets Cloud. Glad to have y'all with us. I miss you, ladies.
I know. It feels like forever, even though, did we record one? No, we didn't record one last week. Or we
Yes,
did.
we
I can't
did.
remember.
I've lost
Oh,
all
yes,
track
that's
of
right.
time.
That's
Yeah.
right. We did.
We got this on a roll. I mean, we won't
Yeah.
record next week because somebody's going on vacation.
The
But other than
Oh,
that,
yes. That somebody would be Cassandra. That's right.
Well, how are y'all feeling today? I mean, I feel like the tone says we're all in good spirits.
This makes me in good spirits. It definitely always raises the mood. Today's been a stressful one at work. So, it's nice to come on and chat with you ladies.
Let off some
I am.
steam.
Decompress.
I had a different type of day, which was good for me. So Northwell can hire from so many different states, and that's where I work. And there were a couple people who work in Atlanta, so we got together for lunch today. So it was kind of
Nice.
like, getting away and together, and it was interesting because we all have such different jobs because we're not in the same departments either. So it was interesting to hear like different sides of the company and just what people are into. And we got talking a lot about, a lot of the changes that have come from the federal government and how that impacts healthcare, and how that impacts like grant funding for research and different activities. So it was definitely a different kind of day, which was very refreshing to just get introduced to so many different aspects of healthcare that you don't normally think about.
Good. We had a
That's awesome.
We had a going away virtual happy hour for one of our teammates today. So that was a nice little change at the end of the day, but I'm really sad that she's leaving. It's always sad when you lose a good egg.
It is, especially when they're a really good part of the team and they get along. I mean, we protect, and I'm sure a lot of people do this, we protect the culture and the vibe of our team is very important. So when a person that fits that bill leaves, it makes it hard. But it was fun. We got to play Scribble, which we haven't played in a long time. So
Well, and it's
it was
always
good.
a double-edged sword, right? Because you feel happy for the person because they're
Right.
making a choice for their life, which is fantastic for them, right? But there's also the selfish aspect of like, but why couldn't you stay? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I will say one thing I am thankful for where we are now, the org we're in now, is it's not as devastating and daunting when a team member leaves in terms of like things. There's a lot of backup and cross training that has
Right.
happened. It's sad because we like her a lot and she was a great person in the role that she was in, but the world's not going to stop moving. I haven't always been able to say that in every role I've been in. There were times where it was devastating because you knew it was going to be a 9-month process to get that backfill up to speed.
Or forget about the backfill. It was going to be the fact that maybe like where we used to be, right? When there was a team of 4 and one person leaves, that hole is huge. When there's a team of
Yes.
30 and one person leaves, I mean, yes, there's a hole, but it's a lot less, people can step up to the plate. So I think that is a huge difference if you work for a small team or a big team, because those small teams, man, one person leaves and it is a struggle.
Well, and it also is dependent on the makeup of the team, right? And that's why like setting a good organizational strategy and a good hiring strategy is so important. Because if you have a bunch of chiefs in a room, right, and you have no one doing the actual hands-on work, right? That's a whole different problem when somebody leaves versus if you've got a good mix and you've got a good talent mix of like junior associates all the way up to senior executive associates. And it's also, as sad as it is for somebody to leave, it's an opportunity for growth. And so as people get that opportunity to step into a role that they might not have otherwise gotten, that's also, a big thing and a good selling point too for an organization to be able to be like, look, we have not only an amazing team, but we have real growth opportunities. And then to demonstrate that when someone leaves is important, because if someone leaves and the next person in line doesn't get the job, then it really sends a different message to the organization versus when someone leaves and the person who was next in line gets the job. That's a very comforting fact for the entire team and should not be overlooked from a culture standpoint.
Agree. Definitely agree.
100%. Definitely agree with that.
I want to show you ladies this. You're going to be shocked. Are you ready?
Ready.
Brace yourselves.
Holding
I'm
on.
drinking Bloom.
I noticed that, and I wasn't going to mention it until you said something, but I tried one of these and I have thoughts.
Okay, I
What
want to hear
is
your
that?
thoughts.
What
It's
is
a
it?
different energy drink, Rachel. Like for you, it's more of a natural. It's
Yes. So when Alani didn't call me back, I had to really
She
reevaluate my life choices.
immediately jumped ship. Immediately.
No. I still like Alani, and I'm sure I will still drink them. In all seriousness, I had my wellness. What do they call it? When you have to do your wellness screening
Exam.
for your insurance.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, so I had that done and got the call from I got the automated message that my lab results were in, but I just rolled my eyes and deleted the email because I was like, I don't care. And then I had my meeting with the health coach. And let me tell y'all how this went. Okay. Let me set the scene. She calls me for what I think is going to be a quick 5 minutes. Like, hey, yeah, remember last time we talked? Well, same deal. Call me if you need me. Oh, no. Her first question to me was, so have you seen your lab results? And I was like, no. I mean, I saw the email, but I figured we'd be talking about them, so I just deleted it. Okay, so I guess my next question is, were you fasting when you did the labs? And I was like, yeah, that's what the instructions said to do. And I'm still not catching on that she's about to drop a bomb. And she says, she clears her throat literally. And she's like, well, and she's such a sweet little lady. She basically tells me my cholesterol is through the roof. I'm talking like, I might be getting the numbers wrong, but I think this was right. It had always been at like a little over 100, 110, something like that. Y'all let me know if those numbers don't even make sense because I might be wrong. And this time it was like 170 something.
I also don't pay attention to those very closely. I just knew that all mine were in the green, so I really didn't pay attention to what the actual numbers were.
Well, it wasn't until after I got off the phone with her that I go into the wellness portal that we have to see their report out of it. And it literally, in all red bold, said, and I'm paraphrasing, this is so bad, we're referring you to a physician. It's basically what it said.
Oh, snap.
I'm not kidding. It was like, something about your provider. And I was like, oh my gosh. So fast forward, I'm trying to dial back in because I used to be really good about my nutrition and my fitness and all that. So this is just one of those many changes I'm making to the things
But
I
what
consume.
value is Bloom versus Alani to cholesterol? I see no equate. Like that is not equal in my brain.
Well, the first thing I chat GPT'd was, can too much alcohol...
Oh, and of course, Chat GPT is like,
enters the chat.
Yep. Can too much alcohol make your cholesterol go? Because when I hear cholesterol, I think fat, right? Like unhealthy fats. And I'm thinking, trying to like, am I really consuming that much? So then I'm like, well, can alcohol do it? Because it's summer, boat days, summer days. There's been a little more than usual. It said, well, not in moderation, but in excess, yeah, it sure can. So I don't know. I just figured cleaner consumption all the way around will hopefully get me back.
Are you going
on
to
track.
actually go see a doctor?
No.
To be clear, I am not going to a physician. I am going to make all the changes myself.
So, disclaimer on this episode, we do not recommend following
No.
Caramie's desired path and choice.
I am not a medical professional.
Right.
Do not listen. But here's the thing. Even my health coach said, she was like, you used to have this dialed in. Your numbers used to be really great. You know exactly what you need to be doing. You just haven't been doing those things. So if you just do those things again, I'm sure this will be fine. So Yeah. Anyway, Bloom is allegedly better for you. It's only 10 calories. It has no added sugars. It also has your 100% daily dose of B12 and
Oh,
B6.
nice.
So
I thought it tasted okay, but I have a real
Mm.
struggle with things that are super carbonated. Like I cannot drink like Topo Chico. I can't drink anything that's super carbonated. And those to me are just way carbonated and I can't handle them.
Mm-hmm.
But the flavor was good. I'm a big fan of the flavor.
Now we need to see what Cassandra's lab results say. And then you'll
Mine
know
were
if it's-
perfect, guys. I had great lab results. My cholesterol is perfect. You know, my cholesterol actually used to be high and they tried to put me on medication and I refused to take it because I have a lot of thoughts around cholesterol medicine. I've seen what it does to my dad.
Mhm.
It's really bothered his joints and things like that. But it was let's see, the good cholesterol was low, which meant my cholesterol was high, which is very confusing. So I just started eating avocados. I literally eat avocado toast. Anybody that knows me, I eat it every single day for breakfast, never fails. That completely fixed every single bit of my cholesterol issues. So now that my good cholesterol is back where it should be, I'm in business, all green. And I wasn't fasting when I had my lab work either because I completely forgot about it and slid in on like the day before it was due at 3:45 p.m. to have my lab work done.
I just chalked this up to being another thing in the long list of things my body has done to betray me after reaching a certain age. It's like, I went my whole young adult life with zero issues. And when I got past like 32, my body was like, well, you've abused me all this time. It's time for a little bit of payback.
Just wait. Just buckle in.
Shit says the youngest one on this call, by the way, that
Mhm.
has the cholesterol issues. I'm
Buckle
just
up,
saying.
Buttercup. It's the processed food. I know what it is. We were eating out too much. So, anyway, that's my life update. Anything fun going on with you guys?
That's a lot, babe.
Yeah.
We're just getting ready for school, but I guess by the time this airs, people will be in school, so it's going to be a whole different ball game by the time this airs. But I think these last couple of days of summer, which I can't believe we're at the last couple of days of summer.
know.
If you're in Georgia, just know Georgia schools start back the first week of August. So by the time this airs, we'll already be in school, but only having those 2 months and trying to cram everything in 2 months between vacations and visiting a family and all of that, I just find that really hard to do in 2 months. And then the rest of the year, because my mom's a school teacher and things like that, like calendars just don't line up. They line up for Thanksgiving and they line up for Christmas and that's it, right? So the summertime is very, very precious. And it's just always a scheduling nightmare. And then I always feel like, oh, and then it's over. Like, where did it go? But yeah, I don't know. These kids, they're growing up fast.
I'm so glad school's starting back. At the beginning of the summer, I was like, oh, it's so nice to be out. And I hope this goes by so slow. No. Bless those
No.
teachers. They definitely don't pay them enough.
Absolutely not. Especially, and then like my son's been going to camp every single day, which is like put on by the school, and like he really likes it. But all those different age groups, all in one like gymnasium. I don't know, 100 and something kids every single day, all day long, trying to entertain that many kids at a time. I am out. Like that's just my idea of a nightmare.
I like my kids.
Specific to my kids.
Yeah, emphasis on my.
Well, and you're almost to the point where you're like, I'm ready for my kids to be out of here and go back and be gone. And those are my kids.
I want to say this too, and I feel like y'all have done a better job of this because y'all have told me about trips and other things y'all have been on. We've neglected this, but I know I said the last time we all got together that I was back from an anniversary trip. I have always heard people talk about how important it is for spouses and partners and whatever to make time to be spouses and partners outside of raising kids. And of course, it always makes sense when you hear that, but I never really took it that seriously. We go on this trip, and for the first 24 hours, we're looking at each other like we have no idea what to do with ourselves. We're like, what do we do now? What you mean we can just go somewhere or just be. And I mean, we settled into it. It took a little bit. It felt weird for a while, but it just really made me think, like, imagine if you neglect that for the majority of the raising of your kids. And then they turn 16, they start driving, they start kind of having a life of their own, or then they leave the house. You've not spent any time doing that. You know, you hear people talk about how they forgot who they were and they stopped liking the person they were married to.
Well, so as a person that is venturing very closely to having one out of the nest, right? And our one and only, it's been interesting to navigate because I feel like even though Jay and I take the time to go and do things together and that sort of thing, you also like you evolve as people.
Mm-hmm.
And so who you were when you were a couple before kids is not who you are
Mm-hmm.
after, right? And also like where you are with your careers and where you want to take that like really changes what this is about to be, right? And
Mm-hmm.
in our situation, what we're learning, right, is all this work travel that we're constantly having to schedule around each other and, like make magic happen. And like I'm flying in the afternoon so he can fly out late at night, like literally crossing in the airport. Like
Literally.
having one
Literally.
of you on standby, like, hey, if something happens, go get the kid. But like that's not going to be a thing anymore, right? Like you have a lot of these open opportunities, and even before she graduates, right? Like as she's a senior in high school, we feel more comfortable leaving her overnight, right? And saying, hey, one of us will be back tomorrow. But it's really weird to navigate because you've been programmed for 18 years that your life is around this little person, right? And in everything you do, even when you are alone and you go on a trip and you go on a vacation by yourself, I remember all the time thinking about Kenley. What is she doing at home? Is she okay? Like, and you go through that entire checklist. And I think I still go through that entire checklist when she's not here and she's, at college. But it's this weird sensation and kind of mindset of like, wait a second, like we can just do what we need to do now, and you're not
Yeah.
scheduling around a little person. It's
Well,
Can we talk
Cassandra,
about mom guilt is a thing?
yes.
Like, and so many times where I feel bad for asking for help or like, hey, we need a break. I'd love to have a weekend away. Can somebody help watch my 5-year-old so that we can just get some time? And then feeling so immediately guilty for asking for a break from your own children. It is a real thing.
How old, Cassandra, were your oldest two before Liam came along? Because I
when
was thinking you may have an interesting perspective on this. Like your boys are so much older. Were they at a point where they were kind of doing their own thing, where you had a little bit of that time before starting over?
Yeah, they were. So when Liam was born, Jared was 17 and Jacob was 20.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So like Jacob was already out doing it. I mean, he was still living here, but he was out doing his own thing. Or actually, he
Yeah.
may have been already gone. He was in the military then. So actually, Jacob was completely gone out of the house after Liam was about a year old when
Mhm.
Jacob left and went into the military again. And then Jared was 17. So he was finishing up high school and just still living here. But it was definitely different because it was like, look, they've been on their own for high school and beyond, right? They've been doing their own thing. Literally before we got pregnant with Liam, we bought a boat. Like we were out on the boat every single weekend, hanging out, just, doing our own thing and thinking, man, we're living the life. Everything's great because we don't have to worry about these kids. They're on coast, self-management.
Mhm.
And then a baby comes along and your whole world changes. And we're also older, right? So being an older parent, we can talk about that for a whole episode of, being the 43-year-old mom in a room of 20 something year olds or less at pre-K. Whew, that's a different vibe. I don't fit in.
I can't imagine how you feel because I was 26 when our oldest was born and almost 30, or was I 30 when the youngest came along? And already there was such a gap in school, or is such a gap. So,
Yeah.
wow.
And like I was 38 when I had Liam. So it's just a whole different world, right? But I think that there are more parents nowadays who are waiting till they're older.
Yes.
So I'm not the only one anymore, which is great because there are more parents that are in their mid 30s having kids, which is amazing. But it definitely is an odd dynamic when you're, like,
And that's definitely a cultural thing too, because when I used to work with a lot, and Rachel, maybe, I don't know if this has come up in your new gig, but when I used to work with people primarily out of the Northeast, that whole having kids in your early 20s is like not a thing. They were like, what do you mean? Like I think it's more normal in other parts of the country to wait until you're in your early 30s.
Well, I think
or
it's
so.
generational too. I mean, there have
Mhm.
been a lot of studies that generationally people are waiting later and later to get married and then later and later to have kids, right? So I think, yes, Southerners, you are kind of conditioned, right? You go to high school, you finish college, you get married, you have babies, right?
Mhm.
Like that's it. That's the routine. Get on board. And when you don't do that, then it's the, Southern whispers of, well, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with him?
boy, I could
It
write a novel on that. Or like, when are y'all going to have a kid?
Mhm.
How
And
do
then
you know that that
second
person isn't trying to have a kid and having problems? You
Mhm.
need to keep your mouth shut. Like, let's normalize not asking those questions. The when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? Keep that to yourself. Like,
Or
that's not something.
when are you gonna have more? Or, oh my goodness, you do know how that happens, don't you? Like,
Mhm.
gosh, people are so I mean, and most people don't mean anything by it. They just stick their
Right.
foot right in their mouth, but it's like, have some couth, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I guess enough about mom woes. I did want to talk to y'all about something that's really been irking me work-wise lately.
Let's hear it.
We've got to talk about these corporate buzz phrases because there's one in particular I have now heard 3 times in the last week. I'd never heard it before, and now I've heard it 3 times in the last week, and I'm thinking to myself, that is not part of normal language, so I feel like you're trying extra hard to use that phrase.
I know
And
what it
why?
is.
You do know what it is?
Maybe I know what it is. I don't know. Is it
I
the one
want
that we were experiencing this week?
Yes. Take a stab at it.
I.e.
No, not that one, but that one also
Okay.
drives me nuts. Okay, let's start there. I.e.
I.e. Who says I.e.
Sir,
in
like
like
doesn't even roll
for
off the tongue.
example, I.e.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yes.
what?
Yeah, you
We
heard her right.
multiple times this week we've been in conversations at work and the word, like someone would be saying, for example, I'm gonna blah blah blah. Instead, this person said I.e. and kept saying it. And I was like, that's not how you use that.
Sweet
It
baby
doesn't
Jesus.
and it doesn't
No.
roll off the tongue. So it's like
No.
the effort you're putting in to say it that way when you could have just said
For
example.
example.
Right. Flabbergasted. That's the only word I can flabbergasted.
Now I want to know what the other one was that you're talking about.
The one that has been irking me lately, and I know there's some people that tune into this who are offenders here, so don't take it personally. I just don't know what to say about this. When they say, I want to double click into that. Ma'am,
Oh,
can you not just say you need me to elaborate?
I know where you heard this one most recently, and it hurts my
Well,
heart because I
I
love this
know.
person, but yes.
That wasn't the first time I heard it, though.
I know.
I had already been hearing it.
But that person is a particularly strong offender of that particular phrase of double click.
Good news is the one who uses it the most, we love dearly. And so it would never matter what he said. But come on, people. Like, really? And what is it about? Like, I never use these phrases in normal conversation with people outside of work. So what is it that, because I'm guilty of some of these. I've now heard them, not these that we just named, but I have a list. Okay. I'm about to go through them. And I'm guilty of using some of these. It's like I've heard them for so long now that they've become part of my vocabulary, but only at work. It's like we just put on this weird hat.
I want to know, when do we start the Coldplay references at work?
Oh,
Like,
now?
that's
Never too soon.
That's what I wanna
Coldplay is
know.
now in every conversation.
right.
Like,
It's like, do you want to go to team building or would you like to go to a Coldplay concert? Like,
Or you're saying something like what level are we at of our relationship? Are we like a Coldplay or somewhere below that?
Right. On an HR scale, could you tell me if we're at Coldplay level or if we're at,
Ooh.
yeah, look, that's that was spectacularly disastrous, right? Like
Yeah.
it also too, I was talking to somebody at work and they were like, that could have not been a thing. Like
If
had
they'd have
they
played it
just
cool,
played it cool, it would have never been a thing. But the fact that they did not play it cool was what made it become like the huge internet sensation that it is. Like the number of memes that have been sent to
Oh,
me and different, I mean, and some of these are high class. Like I have gotten some good entertainment out of this, right?
yes.
But oh man, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if they'd have played it cool, worst case scenario, maybe there were a couple people they knew that happened
Right.
to be at the concert, but they wouldn't have been literally
It
at
wouldn't have
every
been
corner of the
viral.
internet.
They
Right.
wouldn't have been fodder for the
And
memes of all of us.
well, and like all of the like baseball fields that were doing like the kiss cam and
Yes.
making fun
Yep.
of them. Like, I
Yep.
mean, yeah.
Or like was it Morgan Wallen or Luke Combs or one of those that was at their
Morgan.
concert was like, don't worry about it, guys. We don't, we're not doing that
But I
cam
don't
thing.
condone cheating
I don't
anymore.
condone cheating, but
Oh,
that was epic.
so this next one I feel like I haven't done a poll, but I feel like this has got to be the most widely used corporate buzz phrase. Let's circle back.
100% agreed.
Translation.
And by the way,
I have
you're
no
not
idea. I have no idea how to do this right
No,
now.
no, no.
Oh.
Can we land this plane? If we could land this plane and then maybe we could circle back later. And then if you could IE some information. I mean, we could probably make a whole sentence.
You can provide some
probably could.
IE between now and then.
Oh my gosh. I just can't.
Oh God.
Circle back
one.
is one of those things where it's like you straight up know that no one is circling back to this topic. It's
No.
basically like we're not going to discuss this right now and we're never going to discuss it again. So just leave it alone.
AKA, let's please kick this can down the road.
Yeah.
This other one is kind of in that vein. Let's put a pin in that. That translates to this is going around in circles. It's going nowhere and I am over it. Let's just put a pin in it. Like, just leave it right there.
It's fine. Yeah.
Not reinvent the wheel.
That one's an oldie. That's been around for a minute.
I mean, I want to say it's an oldie but a goodie. I may use that one in my real life sometimes.
I use that all the time. I mean, not all the time, but definitely.
Another one, this is just a word, synergy. I don't hear that I have heard it before, but not a lot.
I don't hear that one a lot.
Meaning, we hope this is just going to magically resolve itself.
I mean, I wish there was a magic wand you could wave around things that work. Let's just resolve that.
It's like the Staples button, right? That was easy.
Yes. I used to have one of those on my desk years ago.
Okay, so the rest of these I read off. I want you to tell me what the translation is, okay?
Okay.
Like what they mean to you in regular speak, okay?
Okay.
Low-hanging fruit.
I hate that one. Despise it. The easy things that you can knock out quickly that make the most impact, that's the low-hanging fruit. But it just bugs me. And I don't know why. It just is weird.
It does. It just feels weird in the mouth to say.
Yes.
Don't look at me like that.
What she said.
Next one, bandwidth.
Oh.
Like I don't have the bandwidth. It means I'm drowning. I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for this. Moving on.
Help change my priorities. This one. Ooh, let's take this offline.
Meaning we have too many eyes at this moment that are watching us.
Meaning this is getting awkward and I don't want
feel
to
like
witness it anymore.
I feel like that's a bless your heart moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, yeah.
We could do a whole episode on just what bless your heart means, because that's a whole Southern. If you don't know, you don't know. I could be telling you you're stupid, beautiful. I'm so sorry. Like it could be
One
all
of
of
those.
it.
I was gonna say one of those phrases, like how aloha means different things,
Yeah.
and it's
Bless
all
your
about
heart.
context.
That's right.
And if you don't live down here, you might not know
Nope.
what it means in that particular context. Yeah. Boil the ocean.
Oh yeah.
I do
Just
say that one a lot.
you do say that one. That's
Because
just
scope
like
creep.
scope creep.
Because
Yep.
kind of oh, people trying to just tackle 100% of everything instead of that,
What
top.
what happened to MVP? What
Right.
happened to let's get this thing out the door, MVP, and then enhance it to get to the 100% of where you want to be? But you
Right.
should be shooting for 75, 80% of use cases to get out MVP. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. That magical moment where a simple update turns into a 6-month overhaul.
You got it.
And then you're, trying to juggle 5 different work streams you never asked to have to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, scope creep's a fact of life. It's not even just always in business.
Scope creep can happen everywhere.
Have you ever gone to Target for just toilet paper?
If you ever go to
Never
Costco,
gone.
scope creep is 100% happening. I can't walk out of Costco for less than like $500.
Insert scope creep.
Can you just tell me any shopping trip you've gone on that scope creep has not happened?
No,
Right.
it's not possible.
Exactly. There's
Suddenly
always something.
I'm walking out with hand soap, a couple seasonal throw pillows, a new coffee mug, a rug I didn't even know I needed.
Or you start to do like a home improvement project at your house, and it's all of a sudden like, yeah, we're going to replace our deck, but then we're going to expand it, and then we're going to put these fancy things on it. So it's not just a straight lift and shift, as we'd call it. It's a complete remodel plus all those extra things.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the short of it is scope creep is what happens in any situation, any part of your life where you don't set boundaries. If you don't set a line, it's
And
just
sometimes it
free-for-all.
happens when you set a line.
Well,
Yeah, I was
that's
going to
true.
say,
Yeah, because I set plenty of lines, and especially when it comes to personal stuff, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I get it, we didn't plan for it, but it's an exception, and it's
Let me
happening
rephrase:
now.
when you don't
So,
hold a boundary,
I mean, yes,
because setting them and holding them are two different
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
and I'm not good at the latter.
That's true. Yeah.
Oy, 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 oy. Well, that's all
well,
I have.
I feel like this is an informative session on a variety of topics.
Right? This could be called like I don't know.
The kitchen sink episode.
There you go. It's the kitchen sink. We talked about a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. And we can't give you remedies for cleaning your kitchen sink, but it's kitchen sink episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although, if you have a stainless steel sink, I will say barkeeper's friend. If you don't have it, you should get it. That's fantastic for cleaning your
that's a
kitchen
cleaner.
sink.
Barkeeper's friend, or also, have you tried the pink stuff?
Pink stuff works too.
Ooh,
Pink
that
stuff works
is
too.
really good.
Yeah. So I guess we can tell you how to clean your kitchen sink.
There you go.
Best thing to do is get on TikTok and follow all those cleaning people.
But then who wants to decompress on their end of their day watching TikTok videos that end up being about cleaning? Not me.
Oh, I must be weird, because there was a time where I would watch like 45-minute long YouTube videos.
On cleaning?
No. Hold on. Let me. That was going to come out wrong. Cleaning my house, I would use it as the inspiration to get started, because usually they're just playing I don't know if they still do this because it's been a long time since I did it, but this content used to be out there. It would be like a fast forwarded bunch of clips of them cleaning different rooms, and music would be playing, and just something about seeing somebody be really productive like that would just inspire me to get up off my couch and go clean the kitchen.
I mean, I can't say anything about that because I watch some of the most random TikTok videos ever. Like I got somehow on Hoof Talk. Have you ever?
What?
Literally, it is literally.
Yeah, you're going to really need to double click into that.
It is literally this guy. His name is Nate the Hoof Guy. And he literally like trims hooves of cows. And it
You
for me
lying to me right
now.
now.
I swear on my life, it sucked me in, and I will watch I'll watch video after video.
This cannot be real.
All right. With that, Caramie, you want to take us home on this episode before this goes somewhere else?
Yes, if you enjoyed this episode and you were able to follow the bouncing ball, please do us a favor. Rate, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It definitely helps more than you guys know. Don't forget to follow us on all your socials, Coffee Meets Cloud. Visit us at coffeemeetscloud.com, and we hope we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.